Welcome back. It's Dr. Jen Fraboni, better known as DocJenFit, and we're going to talk about that pain in your butt. Now, typically, this is probably something like Piriformis Syndrome, potentially. Again, I'm not diagnosing you, so I don't know. However, I want to make sure that you're avoiding these two mistakes that could be making it worse. Now, tell me first, have you been diagnosed with Piriformis Syndrome? Let me know in the comments below. Or do you feel like this pain in the butt radiates down the leg? Do you get it every once in a while? Do you feel like it might be coming from your back? I might have some other videos to help. So let me know in the comments below. Now, when you're working out, one of the most common mistakes that I see is people forcing your feet out to the side because you've been told you really need to open wide in order to engage your glutes and really go into this super wide squat. However, when we do that, when we're forcing our feet out to the side, we're externally rotating our hips, which could put a lot of pressure into our piriformis. So especially if that little muscle is already irritated and then we're just cranking those legs out, putting some weight and load and trying to do workouts in this position, we could be making the problem worse or continue exacerbating the problem. Now, the other mistake I want you to make sure that you catch throughout the day is just clenching your glutes. Whether you're brushing your teeth and you're just kind of standing with your hips forward and your glutes clench, this external rotation that we're kind of forcing our hips into is going to put a lot of pressure, one, into that pelvic floor, but also into that piriformis and those glutes that already have some issues going on. So this is something that you can tell your partner, hey, if you see me clenching my glutes when I'm brushing my teeth or if I'm bent over doing the dishes, like this even happens when we're bending over and when we're getting something, or sometimes we're using the stability from our glutes to kind of help us rather than loading from the glute max and allowing that to do most of the work. Sometimes we're clenching in. So asking a partner to kind of look at like your pants, is there a lot of like wrinkles down at the bottom? That could mean that your glutes are kind of holding on tension all throughout the day, which again could be making that problem stand out a little bit more or make it so it's not going away. So like I mentioned, you want to get that glute max in the picture, this big extension muscle, rather than utilizing those little external rotators and getting that piriformis to be overused. One of my favorite ways to do that is to get a little step. This is a great place to start. A lot of people do step downs on a bench or on a really high surface that we're maybe not ready for yet. So start on a bench, and you can even have this like close to a doorway or close to a pole or something you can kind of hold onto for support so you're not using balance as you're doing this exercise. And I want you to think of drawing those hips back and going really slow on the way down. So you're thinking of driving that hip bone back. So drive that hip bone back, barely touching the ground, and then come back up. So again, it's slow. So we're thinking that hip bone is driving straight back. So hold on to something in front of you. I like to hold on with the opposite hand. Go really slow. You should feel that stretch in that glute and then come back up. That is really going to help to improve that glute max engagement. So we're not, again, relying on those little rotators. You can also do this with a reverse lunge. So say you don't have a step or anything to step onto. You can just make sure that you're doing the reverse lunge and pulling that hip bone back so that we really stretch into the glute and then coming forward. So again, hip bone is coming back, stretching into that glute and then coming back up. You should feel your glute working a lot more within these exercises when you really focus on that quality movement. And last little tip here is when you're doing squats, I actually have a video of how to set up your perfect squat, so you can check that out. But kind of shaking out those feet. And I want to make sure that your feet are not overly forced out to the side. So kind of go wherever feels natural to you. And your knees are not overly going out to the side as well. Keep those knees tracking right over that second to third toe, going forward more than going out. This is a squat. A squat is going to demand a little bit more quad engagement. So that means we want our knees to go forward so our butt can go straight down and we're not putting so much pressure to externally rotate and drive find those external rotators or piriformis to be overused. Try these out or let me know in the comments. Do you think that you're a glute clencher? We might not even realize it. A lot of times I have to remind myself, oh yeah, turn off your glutes. Relax. It's okay. You don't have to find stability there. Maybe we need to work on stability from those glute max, stability from your core so that we take off the pressure from that piriformis. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.